Paul, thank you so much. And thank all of you. This has been so great. We've had so many amazing stories. We've had emotional highs and lows. We've had a cool product demo. We've had some networking tips. I'm going to do none of that. I'm also, for those of you who might be a little bit worried over Paul's reference and who were at CTA Conf, I'm not going to rap. I'm not. Yeah, that was a bit of a stretch. Maybe another time, maybe another place. So just a little bit about Unbounce, just for some context. I think it's really important for you, folks to kind of understand who they're getting advice from. We've got 6 co-founders, a little crazy. We started in 2009. We've raised less than $1 million to date, and so we're kind of effectively bootstrapped, really. We've built this thing to about 1.1 million US revenue per month. It's really pretty good. Pretty proud of that. We've got about 155 employees, 160 I think actually, in 2 offices. So, like, yay, we made it, right? It's the promised land. It's rainbows. It's lollipops everywhere. Of course it is. Well, I wouldn't be here unless we had like some failures. I quoted Sarah here, right? Because she said, we find that the best presentation to focus on learning through failure. I try to tell my kids this. I have 2 kids. And I say, hey, you got to learn some. You got to make some mistakes to actually learn something, and they still think I'm crazy. But fortunately, some of us have made some mistakes, and we know that, a lot of this is really kind of about digging in the dirt. There's a lot of dirty work to do as we're building these businesses, and so I want to try to kind of pass on some of that context. What I'm going to share with you is 7 ways to completely screw up giving away your Legos. Has anybody heard this metaphor before? This is Molly Graham. She's used this metaphor to describe, as you're building a company, you cannot build a company without giving away your Legos. The things that you're responsible for, the things that you hold dearly, the things that you want to do, you are not going to build your company without giving some of those away. So I have done every single one of these mistakes. And hopefully through metaphor, you will kind of hopefully avoid some of the mistakes that I've made. So number 1, give them to someone who doesn't want them. Ever done that, right? Have you had the conversation first, though? This works mumuch better. It's like, do you like Tinker Toys? Do you like Legos? Are you just going to melt these down and make something else? So number 1 thing is make sure whoever you're giving them to actually wants and likes Legos. Number 3, accidentally giving away your favorite Legos. I've done this one. It's okay to give away your favorite Legos. Sometimes you got to do that. That's just the way it rolls. But you really got to be aware that you're actually giving away the ones that are your favorites. Have you ever done that? It's like, oh yeah, hey, you totally have these, and then you think about it, it's like, I really miss those Legos. Make sure you know which ones are your favorites. Number 4 way to screw it up is to hoard them. I'm really, really terrible at this. I love solving technical problems. That's what I love to do. I want to solve all the technical problems. It's so much fun. But then, you know what? Honestly, there's no fun for everybody else. And so this is actually, I see this a lot, actually, as we're growing our company. Folks just love things so much that they kind of want to hold on to them a little bit too much. You kind of got to get past that. Number 5 way is to give them away fully assembled. What's the point? The whole fun is to actually build something with them, right? To actually go and do something. So if you've actually solved the problem or whatever you own, you're like, hey, can you just kind of do this thing but do it exactly this way? Or I don't know if you're going to run with this, so I've kind of just done it for you already. That just doesn't work. So do not give your Legos away fully assembled. Number 6, just throw them over the fence, right? No instructions included, no hey, you know what, you could build something amazing with this, have fun with these. I've definitely been guilty of this one. It's hopefully they'll just kind of do something with the Legos. And then the number 7 way, and it's kind of related, but it's a little bit different, is to be ambiguous, right? If I just leave them lying around, maybe somebody will pick them up. You're laughing because you're like, yeah, I've seen that, yeah. Totally. No, if you're going to give away your Legos, be intentional about it. Absolutely know that that's what you want to do. Let somebody know, hey, would you have these Legos? Would you like these Legos? Okay, so I just want to give you a quick tip. That's kind of the metaphorical way as you're building your company to think about how you're giving away responsibilities and how you're helping your people grow. I know for myself, sometimes just looking at a problem directly doesn't work so well, but a nice metaphor, I see it in a completely different light. Now, the quick tip I want to share with you is something just kind of super practical. This is something that we've kind of learned, and it's a tool that we use, and it's called a RACI Matrix. How many folks have actually heard of this? Wow, that's great. So that's about like 15% of you. For the other 85% of you, I hadn't heard about this before, so it's really easy. It's the RACI acronym is just whether you're responsible or accountable or consulted or informed. And so the way that breaks down, this is super easy, right? You got all the things that your company does, whether that's like talking to customers or helping them with problems or doing market research or all those things. Then across the top, you figure out, hey, here's our VP of customer success, here's our folks in software development, and you just kind of figure out, all right, well, which folks should be accountable, which ones should be responsible, consulted, and informed. And so I won't go into all the details. This is a wonderful tool that we've been using. And honestly, it's really, really Lego-like, because you get to a point where you can kind of just like move this stuff around, and it's actually kind of fun. And so the key takeaways that I want you to leave with are that metaphors are awesome and help you think about different problems in different ways, and will hopefully help you be inspired to think about things in different ways. Legos are fun, of course. And learn a little bit about RACI. And that's a little bit about how we've been building the 160 folks at Unbounce. And with that, I'd love to know if you guys have any questions about giving away your Legos. Thank you. And I will repeat the questions. Awesome. I did see some hands go up. Yes, please.
Did you say you raised 1.5 million or 1.1 million?
The question was, did we raise 1.1 or 1.5? The answer is neither. We've raised about $1 million, and that's Canadian, and less than that. And our current revenue is 1.1 million USD.
Per month.
Per month, yeah, thank you. Yes, right there.
You said you held off on a few Legos that you really cared about.
Yeah.
What was the reason for that, and I guess how'd you learn?
Fear.
The next time.
Yeah, no, a lot of it is fear. A lot of it's just all the human emotion. It's no different than actually giving away Legos, right? There's things that you care about, and it's just getting comfortable. It's practice, right? It's like anything we do, whether it's networking, whether it's any of those. It's recognizing what you're doing and rationalizing it. And so even just you asking me the question is practice around. Oh, thanks so much.
Yeah,
and yeah, one more follow up.
I was meaning more like on like your favorite ones. I thought you were saying that like maybe you held off on a few Legos that you knew were like really big and you didn't know if it was the right time, and then maybe when you did it, it was maybe too late, or I don't know. Maybe.
So the question is still around my favorite Legos and whether I held on to them too long or it was too late.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times for sure, and I think we've had folks who I think we could have built our company faster maybe if I were better at giving some of those things away for sure. Yeah.
Talking about building a company faster. What's your biggest lesson in scaling? You guys have grown quickly and.
Yeah, so the question was, what's our biggest lesson in scaling? It took us a long time to start formalizing some of our structure, start putting in things like OKRs that we're doing now, objectives and key results, as a tool. We should have started a lot of that earlier, I think. We got a little bit lucky, honestly, with some of our growth, and I think some of that earlier would have helped a lot. For sure. Any other questions?
There's one over
I
here.
saw some other hands. Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah.
I have a two-part question.
Okay.
The first part is, can you really flow like Drake?
So the question was, can I really flow like Drake? And the answer is unequivocally, absolutely not, but I kind of fake it fairly well. And then what's your next question?
Well, the second part of my question is, what can we use as a basis for comparison?
What can we use as a basis for comparison? I don't know how to answer that.
Videos on YouTube, or
sorry?
Are there any videos on YouTube or like karaoke nights?
So tell you what, follow me on Twitter and I'll tweet it out.
Okay.
How about that?
Well played.
Carl_Schmidt, and I will tweet it out. There you go. Yes?
Are you trying to raise more money?
Yes. Are we trying to raise more money? Not really. We just did a debt round, a modest debt round. We didn't have to do it. We did it because we could on good terms. We might raise more money. We don't have to. We're profitable right now.
Okay. So if you're interested, you can reach me because I work in the investment company.
Okay.
So anybody wants.
All right. So what's your name and who are you with?
May.
And who are you with?
Cost Capital.
Okay, Coast Capital.
So anybody that wants to access.
Anybody who wants to raise money, are you going to be over by the beer? Yes. Awesome. Fantastic. Yes.
It doesn't drive you crazy as much as it did when I was talking tonight about this. Whenever I'm in San Francisco, the first question I get is, how much capital have you raised? My answer is always 0. We don't need it. We are a business. And I'm listening to you and I'm loving it because it's the same. It's basically the same.
So the question was, does it drive you crazy? Everybody asking how much money you raised and everything, and I say absolutely not. I love it. It's fantastic because I'm like, yeah, hardly anything. And our investors love it. I was chatting with one of them the other day, and he's like, you guys' return on capital is astounding. Because we're arguably, depending on how you do SaaS valuation, we're somewhere between like 70 and 100 million, and we've taken $1 million and done that in about 7 years. So if you think about investing that in the market or anything else, like it's a really good deal. Yes, sir.
You have incredible downward inflection. Kim over here is looking for people to do podcasts. She's going to find space.
That doesn't sound like a question, and yes, I will do that. Will I do it? I absolutely will do it, yes, absolutely. And am I cut off yet? Yeah, all right, thank you so much. Thank you very much.